Greetings, all you maniacs, minds, on crimes, and I guess you could call this a talking fiction, because I am talking about fiction. I'm talking about Warhammer 40k, or 40,000, whatever you want to call it. So, I am fairly new to Warhammer. However, I do have to say, it is some of the most unique sci-fi stuff I've ever seen. It takes your traditional sci-fi and just says, no, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to basically do the exact inverse of it. So, Warhammer is a massive franchise. There is so much lore. So, I don't know everything. All I know is it's very surface level of what I know. But I do want to talk about some of my, you know, most interesting things that I do in fact find interesting. First off, is things to do with the warp. The warp is weird. It's it's pretty much hell in a way, but it's emotion and it's feeling and it's all of this stuff just churning in this huge vat of chaos. It's crazy stuff. And then you have the chaos gods too. But yeah, the warp is the immaterium. It's impossible to understand. Now you also have the webway, which is what the Eldar used and still use, I believe. So yeah, and then you also have the Psychers. Psychers are mutated humans. They have like a mutation in their genome that allows them to use the warp in some crazy ways. You have, your very baseline Psychers that, can sort of read minds or slightly predict the future or heal minor wounds. And then you have the other end of the spectrum of unimaginably powerful wizards that can do pretty much anything you can put their mind to. It's some crazy nonsense. However, because they get their power from the warp, they reach into the warp to access this power, but the warp reaches into their psyche and fucks with them. And if a psyker were to ever peril, I believe it's a beast of Nurgle that spawns out of them and just wreaks havoc. So, yikes. At that point, that's an exterminatus, right? Anyway, Psychers are definitely really cool. A lot of Psychers, unsanctioned Psychers, can be like the fucking Exorcist girl, using YouTuber Bricky's words there. Yeah, holy shit. So, there's that. There's also all the Space Marines. My favorite Space Marines are the Salamanders. Why? Because fire, and also, they're kind of nice people. Also, Vulcan is awesome, by the way. He's cool. He's a big boy. Like, a big boy. He's like the biggest of all the Primarchs, right? This dude is a massive hunk of meat. But he's cool. I like him. I like the Salamanders. They're kind of cool. All the other Space Marines are just kind of assholes. But the Salamanders are at least somewhat nice, right? I mean, in the grimdark future, the 41st and 42nd millennium, there really is no such thing as nice, but sort of. Also, you gotta love the orcs, right? Man, the orcs they're funny in a dark way. What I know about Warhammer is very surface level. There is some seriously dark stuff like the servitors. Oh, good God, Lord in heaven, fuck me, that shit is dark. But I kind of like it. So, I am learning more and more about Warhammer slowly. I know there's hundreds of novels. There is so much. There's the tabletop stuff, which I'm never doing because does not look up my alley. I hate real-time strategy. I hate that kind of crap. I don't think it looks fun at all. There are 2 Warhammer games that I do want to play. Space Marine 2 and Darktide. Darktide more so just because it's Warhammer looter shooter in a way. Left 4 Dead meets Warhammer, all that stuff. So yeah, eventually on this channel I will have some Warhammer based content. So I'm not going to be really discussing the lore. I'm just going to be playing the games. I know I have said that I'm drifting more away from games. I am, but I really do want to at least do a few videos on Warhammer Darktide. The first time me playing it, and just my overall thoughts on it after playing it for a while, all that stuff, I think it'd be a lot of fun. So, Warhammer is really damn cool. It really is. It is some seriously dark lore. Life in the 41st millennium isn't the greatest. I mean, it does really depend on where you are. If you're in a hive world, your life's gonna kind of suck a little bit. It does depend on your social status and where you work and all that stuff. But if you live on, say, like a feudal world or other places like that, it could be okay. It could be a modest life, a simple life, but a decent one. And I kind of like that. I kind of like how there's glimpses of beauty in all of this darkness. And Earth, oh my god, Earth is fucked up beyond recognition. It is so bad. And the God Emperor. I have so many questions about the God Emperor. I really do. But whatever. I'm gonna just kind of stop this video here. Warhammer, it's cool as hell. It really is. I do really enjoy it. And the more I learn, the more I like. I haven't been reading any of the novels. I've been watching lore summaries because that's just easier for me to understand. If I read an entire novel, I don't think I'm going to be able to comprehend it, but if someone can explain it to me well, I will remember it. I will remember it. We also have to keep in mind Warhammer is huge. It's huge. There is so much to it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, in Trilby, we trust.